Well, hi again, everybody. I am Mark Renee, and this is the season preview for the New York Boulders in 2025. The season, believe it or not, kicking off tonight, May the 8th at Clover Stadium as the Boulders host the Lake Erie Crushers, a team they haven't seen since 2023. We are joined by the fifth-year manager, TJ Stanton, and one of the newbies, but he is not new to those of you who have been following the baseball scene in Rockland County for the last several years. He was the County Player of the Year back in 2019 out of Suffern High School. He's had a pretty interesting road to get back to Rockland County. Catcher Jack Scanlon will be chiming in as well. Skip, we got to start with you. Fifth year coming up. Obviously, a little disappointing the last 2 years, not getting into the playoffs, but how are we shaping up for 2025?
Yeah, that's it. We finished a game out of the playoffs the last two seasons, which is means a lot of success, but not reaching our goals. And we decided that we had to build it in a different direction, and we're seeing the fruits of the labor through spring, and we like the pieces we have, and we know we're going to be a little bit behind where we want to be because of the weather, but we like the pieces that we have.
Well, you got the entire fan base and the season ticket holders all fired up at the barbecue the other night, introducing the returning players and the new guys, Jack among them. Uh, what is it that you like about this mix of talent that you've put together? Obviously, a mixture of youth and veteran leadership.
That's exactly it. We have some guys that have a ton of experience, but we really did turn the roster over, and we really went aggressive at younger, athletic, hyper defensive players. We just wanted to go a different direction baseball wise, and honestly, that defense being the compass that we were looking at, it really took us naturally towards younger, more athletic players, and that's the group that we have right now.
And
The
it's
best, the part that we're most excited about is in camp. They so many new faces started gelling quickly, and that was very important.
And it's interesting that you focus on defense because Clover Stadium has been known over the years as a hitter's haven, especially with that short porch looming in right field just 313 feet away. And I think on a good day when the wind is blowing out and the weather warms up a little bit, even a weaker, I'm not going to say a weak hitting righty like myself, but a weaker hitting righty is able to reach that short porch fairly easily with a little tailwind.
100%, and that makes it even more the reason why getting every double play and stealing a couple of outs that wouldn't normally be there. That's why it's even that much more important.
All right. Well, you talk about the defense, and obviously the defense starts with the middle and the catcher, the second baseman, the shortstop, and the center fielder. You've got a good one here who is joining us today, Jack Scanlon, who began his baseball journey, if you will, in earnest as the Suffern High School superstar that he was. Rockland County Player of the Year, as we mentioned in 2019. His path takes him to Oklahoma and the University of Miami. And Jack, you're back. So welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys.
How does it feel to be back in Rockland and getting ready to open the season with a new team tonight?
The way I keep putting it is it's been a full circle moment. I grew up coming watching these games back when we opened in 2011. Pretty surreal that I get to go play on this field again. Last time I got to play was 2019. It's just a blessing and a privilege to be able to play ball again. I've been hurt, and man, I can't wait to go out in the field, touch the dirt, play amongst our group. We got a great group. As TJ was saying, there's the chemistry we've been building over these last week or so. It's pretty neat. It's pretty unique. I can't wait to get out there today.
Yeah, my apologies. The coffee hasn't kicked in yet. I got the wrong O school. It was Oregon and then Miami, right? I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. You've worn a lot of green in your career, but now you've got red, white, and blue. How does the color scheme suit you?
Oh, way better. I love my alma maters. They're great, but green is a tough color to wear. It's finally nice to be wearing some easier colors to match. So we'll go with that.
All right. TJ Stanton, you're a big Miami guy. So what's it like to have a Hurricane on your roster?
Yeah, it's funny with Jack. Obviously, him coming out of the area as a big time player, big time recruit, and kind of immediately he was the young player in the area that was on the radar MLB wise. He goes to Oregon and plays for Coach Wazakowski, who was my recruiter and the coach that brought me to the University of Florida a million years ago. And then obviously I keep following Jack, and Jack goes to a program that I love as a fan, and I watch a lot of his baseball, and it kind of turned into, well, this would be interesting because he's the local guy, blah blah blah. To like, man, there's no way we're gonna get this guy. To like, finally this winter, it looked like we had the opportunity. He was Jack was in the right spot to jump in, and we just had the right opportunity. Then by that time it turned into, it doesn't matter if he's from California, it doesn't matter if he went to UC Berkeley. My assistant coaches would bring up other catchers. I was like, no, we're already zeroed in. We got Jason, we got Jack. We're zeroed in, and I just kept pressing on Jack until we could get it done. But we knew we identified the right kind of player, and because we also, with this new group this year, there's a ton of team captains, and it sort of kind of shows through when they're all on the field together at the same time with the way they communicate. Guys that are team captains like this, they do a lot of our job for us. I get why these college coaches go for them.
Well, you mentioned Jason. That's Jason Agresti, who in his own right is completing a full circle moment because he started his career as a professional with the Boulders back in 2018. And now he is back home, basically has become a local guy with local roots. His fiance, former Boulders front office member. So it really is a family reunion in store for tonight. Jack, I just wanted to touch on one more thing with you real quick. What's it going to be like when you take the field tonight, when they introduce your name and you run out and you're standing on the first baseline before the game?
Oh man, it's every single time you get that opportunity, it's just, it's one you dream of, and pretty cool. Get to have a lot of people in the stands for me tonight. So, get to take the field and, get to put the Boulders uniform on and be able to represent, my last name and the Boulders. It's a privilege and an honor.
And as we're sitting here a few hours before first pitch, do you get those opening day butterflies all the time? Or at this point in your life, you're like, it's just another game?
No, always, always. I think you always show up to the game, whether it be practice or anything. I mean, I'm a fierce competitor, so I always have those jitters. But man, those are a beautiful thing to have because that means I'm hungry. That means I love it. I want to be better, and I'm not I don't accept failure. So
TJ,
I
real
just want to be
quick,
great. That's all.
sorry to interrupt. TJ, before we wrap up, I just wanted to touch on the new divisional structure as the league is broken down into two conferences now, and the four divisions. How do things change your approach to trying to get first place into the playoffs and bring home a ring for the first time since 2014?
That's it. Like you said, we're broken up, Atlantic and Midwest, and in our Atlantic, we have 9 teams, and you know, we're gonna focus, of course, on our division games. The division games, we have to win those. Like, we have to take control of those divisional games against Sussex, New Jersey, and down east. But across the board, our whole conference. Yeah, these are still, it's still Ottawa, it's still Quebec, it's still Troyes, it's still these teams that we have very, very good. We our guys are going to want to our guys are going to want to take control and prove that we're one of, if not the best team on the East, and we have a lot of pride, and it's going to show out. There's no doubt about it. I'm we're going to play a West Division team this series tonight, but I'm glad that we are because it's good to get that first taste against a team that's not in the division, and then we're just going to leapfrog right into the meat of it. And I'm excited for the guys. Yeah.
And we talked about over the course of the last couple of weeks the new platform that the league is streaming on with the Home Team Network and the Frontier League Network. Now, you've seen the setup with the 5 robotic cameras, all high def. It looks great, but how exciting is it to be on this new platform and be able to showcase really across the board with the uniform graphics package and everything else that this league has really come together over the last several years?
In all honesty, the league, we've had new leadership in the league for the last handful of years, and every year they're advancing it across the board. Our new website, new stat packages, now the new broadcast package. We have now TrackMan on the field like major league teams do, and um, it really I love the way the direction the league is going, including with expansion, and that's just another one. And it's better interface for the fans, and it's cheaper, and it'll give the broadcast team a lot more tools to work with, and we have a good broadcast team, so we'll benefit a lot as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but you guys have the best broadcast team, bar none. Um, you mentioned the expansion. Down East Bird Dogs, obviously, we'll see a couple of times at the stadium this year. The Mississippi Mud Monsters are the other in the other conference. How important is it for this league to continue growing, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's important because then it can give the league more flexibility on how we do scheduling. And if we have flexibility, we can get the best scenario out, and that will translate to the best scenario for the player, for travel, and for their experience, and on top of that, for the fan. Because we if Boulder fans can remember back to Can-Am days when we were very low on teams and we'd see consistently the same couple of teams in town. That's not good for the fan experience. That's not good for the player experience. The fact that we're expanding so aggressively and going after markets, and I think it just helps us get into new talent pools, and it's a great experience for the fans.
Well, the season starts tonight at Clover Stadium. We have the rosters will be out and published as soon as we hang up this call because we had a couple of tweaks that we needed to make on my end on the administrative side, not team related, but a host of new players, including Jack Scanlon, who again not a new face to Rockland County baseball fans, and an exciting night tonight. We start at 7 o'clock against the Lake Erie Crushers. Hope you can join us at the ballpark. If not, we are on Home Team Live, and every Boulders home game will be streamed live on Mixlr, mixlr.com. Just do a search for Boulders, and you'll find us about 15 minutes before game time every home game of the 2025 season. Fellas, I promised it would only be 15 minutes. I think I almost hit the mark. Jack Scanlon, welcome home. Great to see you, and looking forward to tonight. And Mr. Manager, I will speak to you very soon, and I'll see you later at the ballpark too.
Sounds great.
Thank you,
All right.
Mark.
That's
Go
Jack
Boulders.
Scanlon, and go Boulders, of course. That's Jack Scanlon and the Boulders manager TJ Stanton. 2025 season kicking off tonight at Clover Stadium. We hope we see you there.